Hello, and welcome to the first ever episode of my new series, One Take. Now you might be wondering, well, what is One Take? Well, One Take is going to be a series where, hey. It's alright. Go ahead. Lucy. Sorry, buddy. It's alright. Love you. That was Dad. Anyways, One Take is going to be a series where I make stories with only one audio recording. Now, I'm doing this since I just had a talk with my parents, and despite all the bad stuff I've been saying about myself, they actually, were proud of the way I used my words. And that video was only one take. So, I'm thinking about using those words and using them for good, instead of for self-harm. Because I'm starting to see things in, a new light. Maybe I don't need someone to be attracted to me. Maybe I don't, need that many friends. Maybe I don't need everything I think I need. Maybe I'm perfectly fine with everything I have. Otherwise, I would have been dead. I could have had multiple paths, but I chose this one. And now I'm here today. Proud of myself. So, this first story is going to be a rather peculiar one. Now, for One Take, it's going to be where I instantly record. I don't think of the ideas. So, how about we come up with them along the way? So, what are you interested in? Well, mainly me. I'd say I'm more interested in anomalies, but specifically the SCP universe. For long, I've been coming up with this sort of sitcom show of SCPs in my head. They're filled with, all sorts of characters from the SCP franchise. Now, considering my parents are probably gonna watch this, I'll censor the profanity. But hey, it's okay if I censor profanity. Because I know for a fact that, that the little ones are going to appreciate that. So, our story begins in SCP-035, the Possessive Masks chamber. Now, what SCP-035 is doing is they are in this chamber wearing, or at least being worn by a D-class, which are the lab rats of the facility. Well, this is quite the skin. He starts to study himself more and more and finds out, he found out the crime why the D-class was arrested. Censorship. Oh, well, that's an interesting way to go down. He then stares at the scientists who are looking through the glass. Why would you give me this body of this weak mortal? Well, it's part of, the rules. D-class swear you for experiments. We see how you react due to their body condition. The scientists speak as SCP-035 feels the new skin of his body. He feels that the skin is rather rough. And his comedy face instantly turns into tragedy. You know that I want buff people. I don't want this husk of a body you put me in. The scientists just look at SCP-035 sternly. Well, you better be grateful for what you have. Otherwise, we are activating the gas. SCP-035 instantly jumped back in terror. No need for the gas. Please, carry on. I guess I'll just live in this perfect body by myself, alone, in this chamber. The scientist looks softened. Okay, before we make anything awkward, how about we just, leave you alone. We will report the results to the O5 Council. And hey, maybe we'll get you a reward. Isn't this body considered a reward? 035 asked. It's sort of, my only way of escape. And it makes me move around more. The scientist chuckled. And there you were, thinking all down about yourself. 035 then just sat on the wall. Along the wall, at least. It's sort of... Actually, I shouldn't be too excited. After all, this body will end up so much more. And it'll fall apart until... His body started to crack. Oh, Reddy. Well, I guess all good things must come to an... He fell down. Or at least his mask body fell down. The former D-Class's face was rotten beyond repair. His body was leaking some kind of black, acidic substance. As SCP-035's face turned into comedy. Whoopsies, right? Anyways, no worries. I guess you can just give me a new body anyways. The scientist rolls their eyes. Well, I guess so. Well, anyways, we have some things to be doing. We have to test out that stupid reptile again. Oh, and one more thing. He had that stern look back on his face. Do not disturb us. 035 was confused. You never made that rule before. Why are you saying that? The scientist responded. There is a little thing going on that you do not need to know about because you are an anomaly and therefore shall be treated like said anomaly. Aww, but I want to know. 035 pouted. The scientist just sighed. Stop acting like a child. And just lay there. Are you at least going to put me back on my pedestal? The scientist then left. 035 was all alone in the room now. Hello? He waited for a very long time. It was then sirens went off. The room turned dark red. And he could hear the heavy footsteps of the MTF run through the hallway. Ooh, I wonder what's going on. Too bad I can't see the violence, he said to himself. It was then he heard loud banging at his door. And then a voice was heard. Open the door. 035 seemed confused. I can't open the door, you idiot! I don't have hands! The monster, or at least creature, seemed offended and banged on the door louder, seeming to get impatient. That wasn't an offer. It was a command. 035 just got annoyed. For the last time, without a body, I can't do anything. I have nothing to work with. It was then the banging stopped. The door bursted open. And past the debris, SCP-035 could see the silhouette of an old man. SCP-106 was standing at the door. Who are you, old guy? The name's Lawrence. But you can call me the old man if you want. I honestly don't care. SCP-106 stepped near the cell and looked through the glass. Quite the pitiful one, if I must say so myself. Oh, pitiful? Why, you look older than yesterday. 035 just seemed offended, and so did 106. Why, excuse me. I think that I'm rather young. 'Cause judging by your file, which I totally read, you are older than the Greeks. As old as the Greeks, thank you. It was then they got into some kind of banter argument, no one knows. And then a new voice was heard down the hallway. What is with the tomfoolery? 035 just laughed at the term. Tomfoolery? Who uses that term anymore? It was them. Another silhouette stepped into the room. A plague doctor. SCP-049. Well, I wasn't aware we had company. You weren't aware, huh? Well, explain to me why my door is labeled with my possession number. 035 just seemed annoyed by the plague doctor's curiosity. Possession number is a way to put it. He looked at the old man. Well, 049 did, do not get you confused. And who might you be? I hate having to say my name twice. It's Lawrence. 035 chuckled. How about I call you Larry? 106 instantly turned their head at 035 and shot them a glare. If you dare call me that name, I am gonna rip your little porcelain face to shreds. 035's face instantly turned into tragedy. Okay, learn to take a joke, you freak. 106 rolled their eyes and looked back at 049. Well, what are you doing here? 049 put their hand to their face and looked a curious look. I was wondering why you two were fighting in here. 035 looked at the plague doctor with his non-existent eyes, before speaking. Well, he thinks that well. Actually, what were we fighting about? I can't remember because of all these new present people here, you know? And also, how many of you all released? I don't know. There's probably thousands already. 049 said as he walked around the room, inspecting it further. He then found a lever, which read gas valve. I wonder what this does. Wait, no! 049 flicked the lever, and then black gas immediately came into 035's room. Stop! Turn it off! 035 coughed in pain as the plague doctor and 106 watched through the glass. 049 seemed horrified as he turned off the gas, when 106 seemed disappointed that it didn't go on for longer. Jeez, old man, can you read it all? 049 shrugged. I wasn't aware to do that. I am terribly sorry. 035, he just responded with silence. 106 chuckled. It was just a bit of gas. I could even withstand it. 035 did not seem happy about that. Oh yeah, Then how about you step into this room? And how about you endure getting gas day by day by day by day by... And suddenly, they heard a loud crackling noise coming from outside the foundation. That crackling soon turned into an explosion. But not an explosion that affected the facility. What the hell is that? I don't know, but we can't check it out. There's no windows here. Well, I want to check it out, 106 said, in a very determined voice. Oh, well, I don't think you should. It's far too dangerous. He then heard the loud sounds of screaming from staff, the D-Class, the researchers, the MTF, even the O5 Council. Soon, the screams faded. Then the foundation went dark. They heard doors open. All of the foundation containment doors opened, revealing every single SCP that was laying inside of there. All safety precautions, all doors, all Tesla coils, all Tesla gates, they were turned off. The power was out. Eventually, 035's door opened as well. Okay, I have absolutely no idea what happened there, but can you politely take me out of my shambles? Alright, partner. 049 walked up to the door and picked up 035. Also, I won't mind if you wear me. 049 chuckled. I think this space is fine without you on it. 106 started to speak as well. Yeah, you'd make him look ugly. 106 chuckled at his own joke. 035 just grunted. Well. Let's just... No, never mind. We have to find out what the hell just happened. Profanity, please. I'm on a language watch, and I'd like you to be as polite as possible. I am the cure, and you will treat me with respect. 035 just respond with silence once again, because he clearly did not want to put up with anyone else today. Well, how about we explore out there? Maybe we can find those other pests. Maybe I can torture them as well. 106 chuckled at the thought of torturing all of the other anomalies, even though they were already tortured in the first place. 049 snapped them out of their senses, but surprisingly, 106 did not die. You should have been killed. And you should have been killed too. I am touching you right now. They looked at 035 and 106 with shock. For those of you who don't know, 049 has a zombie touch that instantly kills and resurrects people to be zombies. However, he thinks that this is curing, but it's not working on 035 or 106. What the... I've been thinking the word too much now. What are you talking about? Never mind. Let's go out there. The three walked down to the door. And then they eventually came across a long hallway with other doors. As they wandered, they started to hear the sounds of water. Is there a water fountain nearby? I mean, I could use a drink after all. 106 looked at 55. There are no water fountains in this hallway. Or at least not from what I know. Plus, why would the water fountain work in the first place if the power's out? The three just looked straight into the hallway. And then they saw a puddle, but the puddle was moving. It seemed to be made of water. Like pure water. 049 knelt down to touch it. But as soon as he did, the water just scooted away from his hand. Why? How rude. I just wanted to touch that puddle. Honestly, I don't like being touched by some guy that I don't even know. 106 added. 049 did not appreciate the comment, but didn't say anything. But then, the water did something strange. It formed into a creature. Then stood SCP-054, the water nymph. Ooh, who do we have here? 035 was obviously interested and was ready to do something stupid. 049 sighed. Be mature. 049 did look back at the water nymph. Say, what's your name? She said nothing. She could not talk. Even if she wanted to, she couldn't. But she had a look of pure hatred in her eyes. For those of you who don't know, SCP-054 has been tortured by men. Very bad men at a mad foundation. And she's grown a mistrust for males. 035 talked again. Ooh. Say water girl. How about I can be your lava boy? 106 slapped 035 clean across the face, or at least his non-existent face. Ow! How dare you do that to me? You know the power I have once I possess. It was them. The nymph cut them off as she lunged at 035. Taking the mask away from 049. Whoa. Hey, you know I'm joking, right? You know, can't believe a joke like everyone else. 035's face turned back in the tragedy, and 049 was trying desperately to get the mask back. What? Can you give that mask back, please? Do you know how much it was in the nymph suddenly got scared by something? She dropped the mask, turned back into her pale form, and went away. 035 was coughing up water, or at least some form of coughing, since masks can't cough. Oh, so that's how drowning feels. There are plenty more fish in the sea, pal. 106 once again insulted 035. 035 began to cuss 106 out, but 1049 interrupted. Say, what did scare her off? The trio looked behind them. Then behind them, they saw SCP-682. SCP-682, well, he was in the next room. You could see his eyes. They were glowing. He was probably eating some of the flesh of the dead D-class that survived the explosion, as far as they know. As soon as they walked towards the eyes, 682 spoke. His voice was obviously very hard to hear due to how far away he was, and his quiet tone. 049 then spoke. Pardon? 682 spoke again, but louder. Vermin. 035 clearly then heard what he said and spoke. Oh, you're calling us vermin? Okay, little rodent. I'll show you vermin. 049 cut 035 off. Let's not get so impolite now. I bet he doesn't mean that, right? 682 did not enough. He bursted through the doorway and spoke. Go away, or I will end your little miserable lives like I did with the other pests here. 035 and chuckled. Are you trying to scare us? Oh, hi, I'm Big Lizard Guy, and I killed all those pests years ago. 682 then charged at them. The trio instantly ran away, but not 106. 106 stood there. It was then he summoned a portal to his pocket dimension, and the reptile fell in. 106 went in there too as well. 049 and 035 watched as the portal